There are times when someone wants to share a text message with me, trying to convince me that the person who sent the message was inappropriate with their words. So when I accept the challenge, not always, but when I do sometimes, and so I read the text, I choose to read it objectively without any pitch, any volume, or any tone. And the person almost always immediately interrupts me to say, wait a minute, that's not what they said. But if 93% of our communication is nonverbal, then why do we pay such attention to what we read? I know that we can try to express emotion with emoji images and exclamation points and bold text, but it's still not the most effective way to communicate. Social media has become a very popular way for people to share news and information to a vast amount of people with a single click. And it appears to me that social media has this appearance of connecting with people that we may not ordinarily take the time for. And at the moment, it helps us think that we have indeed connected. I think the problem is that there's still, though, a void of body language, of nonverbals to verify the connection attempt. No eye contact, no human touch, no smile, just an exchange of words. Social media and texting and email have become and have many advantages and good purposes, but to use words to connect person to person, they have significant disadvantages. So this idea of being distracted versus being focused. Ever look at the clock and realize you've spent the last 2 hours surfing the internet, reading Twitter posts, Snapchatting, or pinning? Well, here are some things that you might be distracted with if this happens to you with social media. One, you seemingly have to watch what everyone else is up to, and so liking posts and following live feeds. Otherwise, you might miss something out. You might be distracted. You also might be distracted if you find yourself stalking people, wondering what they're up to at any given time. Or you get drawn into content that might be interesting but isn't really relevant to your own purposes or your studies or your life. Number 4, you end up taking wiki walks, even if you don't mean to, which is just randomly following Wikipedia links or others and reading articles, which really ends up wasting a lot of time. The longer the walk, the more unrelated the articles become. And number 5, you end up watching each account that you have in case anyone contacts you directly. Number 6, if anyone does contact you or mention you, you drop everything and you respond instantly to any comment, to any communication that comes your way. Number 7, there are just too many accounts to keep up with and to focus on. So you're very distracted by the variety of accounts that you have. Number 8, there are just too many people to follow. It's just hard to keep track of. Or maybe you're just wandering the social media sphere aimlessly, looking for relevant content, and you're just bored with life. Number 10, you just end up looking at what your friends were up to all day instead of doing your own work, living your own life. Do any of these scenarios sound familiar to you? I would suggest making a choice about how to use your communication time with people. Now, here are some suggestions that I might consider for you to implement. Number 1, you just turn off your alerts and notifications. Number 2, check your email a pre-selected amount of times per day. Number 3, schedule regular blocks of time to turn off your phone. Number 4, use a 6x6 approach for establishing priorities in your day, which means just choose 6 priority topics that you want to accomplish in the next 6 weeks. and post this list on your phone, your calendar, your bathroom, your mirror, your car, at work, every place you can to help remind you of your priorities. Number 5, close news and social media sites. Use an aggregated feed for all of your favorite news sites. Number 6, close your internet browser when you're trying to focus on things. Number 7, plan your times of interaction with your phone and with people. Make sure it's a planned part of your life. And number 8, try live communication with good listening skills as your norm. You might find out how rewarding face-to-face communication really is. You know, we all face distractions that interrupt our focus with people, and it happens almost every day. Distractions are common, and they often include our smartphones. With calls and texts and emails and internet browsing, I'd love for you to take the challenge to focus on people more than devices, to realize that respect believes that each person's story is extremely important and worthy of our undivided attention, face to face. Well, conclude this week's lesson by considering these following suggestions.